Anyone who's a regular watcher of our videos will know that we're proponents of borderless investing because not all of the states move in the same cycle. So whilst we think that time in the market's a very good thing, we also think that an extension of that is actually timing the market to make sure that you're in the state that's got the best chance of being in the upswing stage of the cycle. So in the next 24 to 36 months that you can get the benefits of the growth and further compound your portfolio for better results. So I was recently interstate looking at another market to help other clients buy investment properties. And it's not until you get there that you see what's around and you can understand the differences between the styles of property in the suburbs. But equally when it comes down to the dollars and the cents. Because not all states have the same stamp duty regime, for example. So if I was to spend $600,000 across the states, I mean in New South Wales the stamp duty would be roughly $23,000. But in, say, Victoria, it's $32,500. So it's almost $10,000 more. Or if I go over to Western Australia, it's still around that $23,000. So depending on which state you're in will depend on how much stamp duty you pay. Equally, land tax is different across the states. So if I go to Victoria, there's a threshold before it kicks in. Whereas if I go to Canberra or the ACT, there's no threshold. It kicks in straight away. So that's a consideration that an investor would need to do on the calculations to make sure that they can actually afford these properties. So today I just wanted to remind our viewers that it's not just a case of getting on the internet and looking at real estate with the view to buying interstate, because we always propose that you need to go there and check it out yourself. So that's a given. But there's other considerations as well. So cooling off period, for example. In Adelaide, 2 days, no penalty. In Melbourne, 3 days, and there is a penalty. So you've got to have a strategy around how you're going to use the various rules in each and every one of these states. And the other part of it too is there's different contractual processes. So in New South Wales and ACT, you've got the exchange system, whereas in Western Australia and Queensland, you've got offer and acceptance, and then you can do your due diligence after that. In Victoria, it's very auction-centric in the built-up areas, so you're going to need to do all of your due diligence in the lead up to the property, and quite often you're going to spend some money in advance of the property without any guarantee of actually getting it. So there's lots of considerations that people need to have, and more recently, there's a verification of identity. And you need to understand that, because if you're buying, say you're in New South Wales and you decide to buy in Western Australia, or you decide to buy in South Australia, you need to be able to prove your identity. And given that you're not able to walk into the solicitor and verify your identity straight away, you need to have a process in place. There are ID companies who can verify your ID on behalf of the solicitor so that you can get the transaction done. And equally, if you're living internationally and buying into Australia, there's a whole range of ramifications. So the point is very, very simple. The overarching context is that I encourage all investors to consider being borderless because they can get outperformed results. But the point is that you need to understand the dollars and the cents of the decision to buy borderless so that you're not going in blind. And more importantly, you're not getting any nasty surprises once you've signed the contract and afterwards you find out that stamp duty is so much more expensive or that your cooling off period doesn't even exist. These are the things that you would need, and it's why I think that buying an investment property really is the domain of seeking professional advice. Because someone who's actually done it before and been there before and knows the path that you need to go down so that you can have a successful and smooth transaction is very, very important. So I still encourage everyone to consider being borderless, but know that there's a bit of research that needs to be done in advance.